your energy forecast for Saturday, April 15th. So today we will see the moon move out of Aquarian energy and shift into Pisces energy. So the moon will go void, of course, at 11:17 a.m. and we will lock into that Pisces energy at 6:58 p.m., which makes for a pretty long day of having a lot of questions, having a lot of doubts, experiencing bouts of anxiety, uncertainty, fears. It's never ever a fun time when the moon is void for a long period of time during the waking days where everything kind of gets shaky, everything kind of gets tossed up in the air. We're not feeling so good about some of the things that we just arrived at. So we're definitely going to feel that instability really be emphasized. When we move into the Pisces energy, we got to slow down. Okay, we're moving into the last phase of this lunar cycle, Pisces energy being the last sign of the zodiac, which means this is the time to bring some things to an end, to bring some closure to some of the topics and themes that we've experienced over the last month. Even more than that, this is a moon day. What does that mean? There's 8 different aspects. All 8 involve the moon. This is the 4th moon day of this whole freaking week. This is what we talked about in the ascension forecast for this week. So we are in for a little bit more of an emotional day, especially where the moon is void for most of it. We want to just understand that we don't want to make any commitments. We don't want to start anything new. We honestly don't want to put ourselves out there in a social aspect if we don't have to. We should be retreating. We should be kind of closing down, winding down, and just kind of keeping to ourselves. There is a hypersensitivity state that comes in with the moon in Pisces. The subtle energies of our surroundings seem to get louder, and we're definitely here to process a lot more from a spiritual level, again, with the high processing through our emotions and our mental plane, and really kind of giving it time to digest all of the newness that has happened over the course of this month. So with that being said, we do have the moon making a positive aspect with the North Node right out of the gate. This is a beautiful energy because it shines a light on the amount of emotional progress that we've been able to make over this last week. Of course, we are moving into retrograde season. We are moving into eclipse season. It is absolutely going to be a doozy, and I say that with as much love and support and encouragement and excitement as possible, but we're in for some changing times. So the fact that the moon is interacting with the North Node right now means that we are actually getting on the right page, the right path. We're actually orienting ourselves in the right direction. All very positive things. We're seeing the progress of the emotional work that we have definitely been diving into. The moon will sextile, beautiful energy, with Jupiter and then with the sun. Of course, Jupiter and the sun, both in Aries energy. This is a positive interaction with Jupiter, who of course is about growth and expansion, beliefs, abundance, and blessings. The sun, of course, our life force energy, the shining a bright light on what it is that we kind of have to embody, what we have to move into. So this is definitely going to trigger and promote and encourage a lot of confidence, a lot of optimism, shining a bright light on where it is that we have to maybe renegotiate a thing, compromise, cooperate, all in the name of our happiness, our pleasure, and our joy. We are seeing where it is that, we are bringing changes to our realm. First of all, in our inner realm. Second, will be mirrored in our exterior realm. And this is just a high vibration that we need to lean all the way into. Now, is it going to last very long? Likely not, because like I had mentioned, we have the moon going void, of course, at 11:17 a.m. We have the moon void, of course, interacting with Mars in such a way that is likely going to bring up a lot of defensiveness, a lot of agitation, a lot of aggravation. We could definitely see kind of fits of frustration and anger resurface as well. And again, things get shaky, things fall apart when the moon is void, of course. So we really have to kind of keep our bearings about us as we move throughout the waking hours of the day until we lock into that Pisces energy. We have the moon interacting with Neptune while the moon is still void in Aquarian energy, which is definitely going to put a damper on our dreams. Meaning we're in a state where we're picking things apart, where we're, kind of on the side of being negative and not so hopeful and not so positive and not so optimistic. That's why we got that beautiful blast of energy from Jupiter and the sun before the moon went void. This is going to make us kind of confused about our emotions, even about our intuition. We're not really having a strong connection with our higher selves at this point. We're trying to both think our way through our feelings and feel our way through our thoughts, which there is a disconnect. We're not on stable ground to do so. So just expect a lot of not so nice thoughts and feelings to be triggered and activated. We lock into that Piscean energy 6:58 p.m. and about a half hour later, we're going to see the moon in Pisces make its very first aspect. And it's going to be with Pluto, who of course is fresh into this Aquarian energy. This particular energy, again, not so good. Why? Well, Pluto likes to illuminate our pain, our trauma, our suffering. Why? Because that's where we gain empowerment. We have to go back to where it is that we suffered the most, where it is that we still are wounded, where it is that we still have that trauma bond, if you will, in order for us to shift it, to re-script it, to rewrite it in a different way that actually leads to us bossing up in an empowerment story instead of withering away under a victimhood story. This particular energy is definitely going to show us where it is that there is still major changes and transformations needed. But most of this is the spiritual and emotional realm that is now being illuminated with the moon in Pisces energy. The moon in Pisces will then semi-square, which is a tension point, with Chiron, the wounded healer. Definitely not a good vibe. This is really going to show us where it is that we're not feeling confident. We're not feeling like we are equipped to handle some of life's challenges, some of the blockages at this time. We're really questioning who it is that we even are at this time. Again, we tend to lose our grip in this particular phase of the moon because we have no boundaries. We're questioning everything. Everything kind of blurs together. We really can't tell what energy is ours and what belongs to other people. We really have a morphed sense of self, and we tend to just kind of fall apart. Again, things have to fall apart in order for us to put them back together in a better way. The last aspect that we have here today is between the moon in Pisces energy and Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, in Taurus energy. This is a positive aspect, and you'll kind of notice that the Pisces energy and Taurus energy works really well together because the water element of Pisces, which is emotion and intuition and dreams and inspiration, waters, nurtures, nourishes the earth. And what happens when you water the earth? Something grows. It's a beautiful thing. But yet sometimes, in order for something to grow, it makes a mess. There has to be mud in order for something to actually be nourished enough to a point where it breaks through the earth. The mud goes away and suddenly we have brand new growth. So our heart space, our emotions, our intuition, the moon, and our thoughts, our ideas, our mental narrative, Mercury, they're on the same page. They're working together. They're really growing here. They're growing together. They're recognizing how far it is that they were apart earlier throughout the day with all these bumps and challenges. And now we're having some aha moments. We're restoring our faith. We're restoring our beliefs. We're restoring our energy, and we're restoring our positive vibes.